Let's run the git log-p command to see the commits, but also include the actual code changes, or patch, made to the files. This first part is the same as the regular git log command. Just like the --stat flag, the -p or --patch flag will add extra information below the standard commit info. This is the start of the patch output. I admit this output is a bit cryptic, so bear with me just a second because you won't really look at the top few lines most of the time, but it's good to know what they are. A diff and a patch refer to the same thing. The patch is showing the difference between the original version of the file and the changed version of the file. We're looking at the CSS file. There's the first version of the file. It shows up in a directory called A because it's the first. That's not a directory you'll actually see in the repo though. And then there's the second version. It shows up in a B directory because it's the second. These two are the same name because we're looking at two different versions of the same file. These could be different if the file was renamed. Yep, Git can keep track of renamed files. Pretty cool, right? Now back to the output. This line shows the hash of the first version of the file before the change and the hash after the change. These hashes are different from the commit SHA. I never really look at this line. These two are the same as these right here. They're the old and new versions of the files. We'll come back to this line in just a second. Now, this is the actual code of the CSS file. These lines here that are both in green and have the plus symbol in front of them mean that these lines have been added in this commit. Let's jump back to this line now. This is telling us where in the file the edits are made. This says that in the old or original version of the file, this code is from line 38 and then it's showing 6 lines of code. Those 6 lines are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the new or current version of the file, it starts on line 38 as well, but now there are 11 lines of code. The original 6 plus the 5 new ones. We can see all 11 lines right here. Now, this commit only has additions. What does it look like when lines are removed? Well, let's look. We need to scroll down to the next commit. Here it is. This first patch output is of the CSS file again. And here's the patch output of the HTML file. The lines that have been removed by the commit are in red and begin with the minus sign. Something to note here that's very important. Git tracks edits by lines. So if an edit is made to a line, it will show the line being removed and then added again. For example, it says main was deleted, but then here it says main was added again. The div with the class container was added, and the main element and all its code was indented so it nests correctly in the HTML file. Indenting this line changed it. So to Git, this line with 1 indentation was removed, while this one with 2 indents was added. I know there's a lot of information in the patch output, but some of it is redundant and some of it can be ignored. The important things in the patch output are the file we're looking at, the changes, and it's sometimes helpful to know where in the file the changes were made.